Hi everyone, my name is Kendra Ward and I am on a mission to be part of a ripple effect. For every woman that I empower in turn becomes a vehicle for positive change in the world. So I help women, I guide women in stepping more fully into their authentic selves, seeing them and knowing them to be a gift for humanity. So I work as a transformational coach for women, and I am a licensed acupuncturist and herbalist. And our topic of conversation today is, what does it mean to connect? What does it mean to reconnect with the natural world? So this is a topic that I've brought up before in a variety of ways, and it's an area that I am particularly interested in. I feel like a lot of the emotional, spiritual, physical stresses of our modern world relate to this topic of us as human beings seeing ourselves as separate and oftentimes superior when it comes to our place in this world. So our ancestors long ago, and there was a cultural as well as a physical expectation that you lived alongside and in harmony with and had a name for all the other animals, plants, energetic beings that you lived alongside. That they all were your ally, and that you were reliant on them for food, for shelter. You were interested in the changing of the seasons, not because it just looked pretty, but because it was a matter of survival in terms of knowing the growing seasons of things, or knowing when the best time to do this or that was in order to survive. So there was that basic interdependence that's just so present that we have lost because we just don't need to know the growing season of this or that. We can go to the grocery store, which is a lovely convenience, don't get me wrong. It's just that it makes it really hard for us to remember and reflect on our place in this world, and that we are actually all interconnected beings. I'd like to I'd like to tell the story of my week last week, which was I caught a form of flu and was completely flattened in bed for a number of days. And there's nothing like being so sick you can't think or function at all to make you, and this happens with sickness, high periods of stress, or travel, where we're just, our regular routine is just completely gone. And so it was climbing out of the hole of that was this interesting experience of just sort of like, where am I in space? It was in reconnecting with the tools that help me, that allow me to reflect on, what are, and I think that this varies day to day. What allows you to feel connected, either to nature or to something bigger than yourself, or to magic or intuition in your life? And so for me, one of the top ones that I'm really passionate about is this idea of therapeutic essential oils for the modern woman. So how can we use the magic of this plant medicine that's in this condensed form that has the energetic imprint of these beautiful plants that we can bring into our everyday life for healing and well-being and uplifted mood. So essential oils is one way that I feel like is an easy connection tool. Another one is just getting outside. So, in not getting outside for a number of days, I start to get twitchy, of just being able to connect with just fresh air, with a presence of a little bit of sunlight, real sunlight. I feel like nature oftentimes goes through these slow growth times, and then we get to this sped along, quick growth period. And right now we're in one of those time periods of getting leaf kisses. You know, you go outside and the wind just like gets it all going and you're in a shower of leaves. It's so beautiful. And I call them leaf kisses. You know, if you're lucky enough to have one, kind of brush your face. But getting outside is so vital. You know, getting in, if you have a garden, to be able to help it go into its dormancy, to just get your hands in the dirt. These are ways that I reconnect. So wanting you to just take a moment to think about in your life right now where you are, what makes you feel connected, either to nature or source or something bigger than yourself. What makes you dig into those roots? You know, I think that we like to pretend like we don't need nature. You know, I think that there's more and more scientific research out there to help us better understand our biological, our neurological, ancestral roots around our ties to nature and how it actually makes us feel complete and happy. So I think that you know, it's the tides are slowly changing, but unfortunately, the cultural dynamics behind the ways in which we have set ourselves up to be so disconnected are very strong. So that means that we need to take even stronger methods, efforts to find ways to uplift in ourselves that factor in our lives. So I hope that this was helpful in getting you to think a little bit more about what makes you feel connected in your life, particularly in the form of nature therapy. And I would love to hear your comments and any other ideas about how you're using, how you're finding connections in your life. And I thank you so much for listening. Please do pass this along.